Harry leaves the office and sees Karkaroff talking to Snape. He's showing Snape his version of the tattoo that BJ had, and it says it's a sign. Sign of what? Don't know, and you never will.
Hey, shut up about that forever.
Karkaroff leaves and Snape talks to Harry. He makes ominous comments about the gillyweed, and then shows Harry Veritas serum, which will make him spill his deepest secrets with just a few drops, and he might give it to him if he steals from his stores again. He suspects him because of the gillyweed, and lists other ingredients that lead him to conclude that Harry is making Polyjuice Potion. Another scene that should be cut. We already had the Spectre of Polyjuice Potion raised by Myrtle, so we didn't need that info. The Karkaroff segment gave no information that we need. We just saw that he was a Death Eater, and Sirius told us that earlier, so it didn't even add to his red herringness. And we already knew that Snape was a former Death Eater, so there was no new information there. And where this scene goes into stupidity territory, are you seriously going to try and convince us that 14-year-old Neville Longbottom had the guts to break into Severus Snape's office?
You must be out of your damn mind.
16 or 17-year-old Neville? Sure, maybe, but not 14. Got it. We come to the last tournament task, and for some reason, Amos Diggory runs out ahead of everyone and introduces the champions. Why? Don't know.
What reason do you need to be sure?
Unlike... no other relatives are there. I guess just to let you know he's at the event, but there are simpler ways to let us know that. Just show him in the stands, and it doesn't look weird. Fumbledore comes out with Harry, stops him, and gives him this confused look like, I think signups are over there. The Triwizard Cup is in the center of a maze, and whoever gets to it first wins the whole thing.
Gather around. Vacate!
We have to rush through these scenes because this movie has so much filler, speed is the only way to get through it all. And get off my lawn! Fumbledore then adds this nonsense about how people change in the maze, which is such a stupid addition. You couldn't just have monsters in it like you're supposed to. You had to try and make this into a poorly made psychological thriller all of a sudden. And it's not even true. Crumb is the only one that acts weird, and he has the Imperius curse placed on him. So it's not even the maze's fault. Did Fumbledore just do it to freak them out? Because by golly, it worked.
On the count of 3. 1.
What is this joke? Filch isn't a mental invalid. Why is his every appearance in this movie treating him like a doof? Did Newell hear that he was something called a squib and not know what that meant? They go in, and there's this really good moment of Moody giving Harry a hint. People run through the maze, and it's very atmospheric. People wander around. Fleur gets attacked by something. Harry is Harry, so he tries to help and sees Crumb looking suspicious.
Witches and wizards. Only did you know who's bidding under the influence of the Imperius curse? How do we sort out the liar?
I think I spotted a way. Harry sees an unconscious Fleur getting sucked into a bush and makes no effort to help her. That's important later. And he sends up Sparks so the teachers will know to come get her. He walks into a fight between Cedric and Crumb and... That's not what Expelliarmus does. It can throw people, but the main thing that it does is disarm someone. You do not have to kick the wand out of the person's hand. Harry and Cedric run through the maze, tussling with each other because the maze changed them via Fumbledore, making them paranoid. They see the cup and run for it, but the bushes start attacking them. Roots grab Cedric and start trying to wrap him up like Fleur. Cedric, who is just shoving Harry and clearly thought he couldn't be trusted, calls for Harry's help. But that's not the worst part. First, Harry hesitates by staring back and forth between Cedric and the cup like he's debating just going ahead and winning. But at what point in this movie has Harry ever said that he gives a crap about winning? Second, his thoroughly established first instinct is to help people. Winning be darned. Which was displayed 15 seconds ago when he fought Cedric to keep him from hurting Crumb because he knew Crumb didn't know what he was doing. Third, he just watched the Roots casually wrap up Fleur, so we know Cedric is in no real danger, so we don't feel any tension about this. He does help. They run to grab the cup and really quickly decide to grab it at the same time for no reason other than the script is very bossy.
No reason.
As soon as they grab it, they're teleported to the graveyard from Harry's dream because the cup is a portkey. It teleports them instantly, and they hit the ground while still holding it instead of it spinning around them for a while and them having to let go because what is consistency? Suddenly Pettigrew arrives while carrying a gremlin and kills Cedric while Harry's scar is causing him blinding pain, which marks the first time in the movie that Newell has used Harry's scar correctly. That is so sad. Pettigrew throws the gremlin into the water, and someone decided to have Voldemort make this sound while he falls in. Pettigrew takes a bone from Voldemort's father and puts it in the cauldron. Then he cuts off his own hand and puts it in the cauldron and doesn't act like he's in pain for the rest of the scene. Again, I swear, getting a bad performance out of Timothy Spall takes intentionality. Then he takes blood from Harry and puts it in the cauldron too. It explodes, and out comes Voldemort in a brand new snaky body. For some reason, smoke turns to clothes around him. We will come back to you so hard. Voldemort presses Pettigrew's tattoo with his wand, and nothing says secret terrorist meeting like flashing your symbol in the sky like an evil bat signal. Like many scenes before it, this sucker is rushed. Voldemort says he's disappointed his followers didn't look for him. Malfoy is there, and he says that he did the best that he could. Pettigrew says he looked for him, but Voldemort says that was because he had no other option. But he does give him a new hand anyway, and I am really not going through this a whole lot faster than the scene does. Voldemort then starts taunting Harry, and I don't know what this performance is. He's only scary because of his look, which is much less creepy than it should be. The rest is over-the-top, hammy nonsense, and he is zipping through these lines.
Sweet Lily Potter gave her life for her only son. She provided.
The gloop in the cauldron was kind of brownish, so maybe there was espresso in it. What is happening?
I said pick it up! Get up! Get up! You've been taught how to duel, I presume, yes? First, we bow to each other. Come on now, Harry, the niceties must be observed. I said bow better. And now...
Voldemort's entire motivation as a character is he wants to be the best, the purest of the purebloods. He's not a gas molecule. I do enjoy this Death Eater randomly clapping. Harry goes for a hiding place in the most casual manner I have ever seen. Voldemort calls him out for hiding. Harry comes back out immediately. It's very brief. They both cast spells simultaneously and their wands lock and start making suds.
Just turn your brain off, it'll be fine.
Voldemort tells his followers not to intervene, even though none of them have tried. You can't just have lines from the book and get rid of the reason that they were said. There's a bright spot where their spells connected, and Harry manages to push it to Voldemort's wand. Once it connects, the ghost of Cedric comes out, and then the old man from the beginning, and then his parents. They tell him that when Harry breaks the connection, they can distract Voldemort, but not for long, so he needs to get to the portkey fast. Cedric asks Harry to bring his body back. Harry agrees. He breaks the connection. The ghosts attack Voldemort, keeping him from seeing Harry. He runs to Cedric, uses magic to pull the cup to him, and what I think is the reverse shot of when it was dropped earlier. Nope, I was wrong. However, they did move it from where it originally was. Odd choice. Or stupidity. Also, Harry didn't need to use magic to pull it toward him. Look. Cedric is right next to it. He gets away and Voldemort yells in confusion. I'm going to say in the book, don't be so smug. Just to reiterate why the end of that scene is so good. In the book, you find out that those aren't ghosts. They're echoes of the previous spells cast by that wand. The book starts with a misty version of the hand he gave Pettigrew coming out. We see this be used a couple of times in the book, but each time it's really just an image of what the spell did. However, murdered people come out fully sentient, and I love how that implies that using magic to kill someone is so vile that the wand itself remembers everything about them. It's also incredibly powerful that Harry's parents' love for him is so strong that even Voldemort's wand's memory of them is willing to do everything they can to protect their son. It is an awesomely satisfying kind of Deus Ex Machina to get Harry out of the situation. But this loses some impact because we're not positive they're his parents. We definitely don't know until his mom calls him sweetheart, but also older women call young men that sometimes, so it's really not confirmed until later. It's an incredibly powerful moment that the audience should be allowed to drink in and soak up. Give us a minute with his parents. Harry Potter fans are willing to watch a long movie.